morning students, myself Dr. Niva Bara, Head Department of Agriculture Extension, Education and Communication, and welcome to this virtual class where we are going to talk about agro-ecosystem analysis. As you know that RAWE, Rural Agriculture Work Experience Program, is very important program of BSc AG, and this class is basically made for the RAWE students because we are supposed to collect data through PRA tools, participatory rural appraisal tools, and through that we do agro-ecosystem analysis. So before talking about PRA, today we are going to deal with top-down approach, need for change in TOT model, then farmer participatory technology development and extension, then mode of research and extension so far we were having, and then agro-ecosystem analysis and some concept of participation. So welcome again, and now we are going to start our topic. Why participation? Why participation is needed? Because you know that after independence there are so many plans and projects, but if you want to see any happy village or any self-sufficient village, you will find none. So participation is very important. Why it is so? Because people's participation was lacking in planning, it was lacking in implementation, it was lacking in evaluation. So in the whole process of development, we need people's participation. So initially we had top-down approach. What do you mean by that? This means that everything was planning from above, and it was given to the in the lower portion, and people utilize any benefit from the government or from any agency, just whatever was decided in above. There was no say of people in planning. So what was that? In this top-down approach, what was the role of the scientist? It was highly specialized scientists, because they focus only on their aspect, on their discipline. That discipline based, not the problem based. Actually what happened, that scientists used to work on their own discipline, and it was they don't used to bother about the farmer's problem. What is the actual need of the people? So actual need of the people were ignored. Then no perception of farmers' problem, as I said, that they were not knowing, they were just focusing on their discipline. So no feedback, so no fine tuning of the technology. As you know that in the technology generation process, we always require fine tuning. And how we can fine tune our technologies? We can, but after getting the feedback of the farmers. So it was lacking, and people's participation was lacking in the whole process. Then it was felt that there was a need to change this transfer of technology model also, not only in extension, but this change was required in extension also. So it was felt necessary that people should respond to desire and aspiration of majority of the farmers. Their desire, their need, their aspiration are very necessary for the extension and the research. Then farmers' knowledge is also very important, because farmers' knowledge should have important role in technology development and research, but it was ignored. And we should consider the complex and diversified farming situation of the region, because there are microenvironments. What happened in the beginning, blanket recommendations were given to the farmers according to the region. So micro environments are ignored. So what is the implication for the research? It was required that understanding farmers' management, decision, strategies, their coping mechanism in this environment of climate change is very, very important. So suitable blending of a technology package. As you know that it was very important to get the feedback of the farmers, what are the resources they are having. Then only there should be suitable blending of a technology package. So it was felt that there is a need in transfer of technology model also. So farmer participatory technology development, let us talk about that. As I have said, that in the technology development process, farmers' knowledge, their resources is very important, and farmers' participation is crucial in technology generation, assessment and refinement. As you know that our research system developed the technology, then we extension people take this technology to the farmers field, and after that how the people as an extension worker we need to take the feedback after assessing, and that feedback we should give to the research system so that this technology refinement can be done. For the fine tuning of the technology, the farmers' participation or farmers' feedback is very important. So their participation should be in the form of consultative, collaborative, collegiate. There are many forms of participation. We will be discussing it ahead, but people's participation is important during planning, during implementation, and during evaluation also. The farmers' experience and scientist knowledge need suitable blending, because sometimes people ignore the farmers' wisdom. That is very important, because farmers know their problem better than us, and they have very vast knowledge, vast experience, I say, that based on that they have many wisdom, many things to share for the technology development and extension. That's why there should be a suitable blending. Then in the development process, we have to give a basket of choices to the farmers. As I have said that in the beginning we used to give blanket recommendation to the farmers, and just for one reason, likewise like hilly areas, these are the technologies. But when you visit to the farmers field, you will find that there are microenvironments. One field is different from the other, climate is different from the other. So for the development, the basket of choice we have to give to the farmers. So this is all about the farmers participatory technology development. Then let us see, there were some modes we have adopted since 1958 to up till now 2000. What were the research and extension modes? You can see in this table that explanation of non-adoption, why our farmers were not able to adopt our technology. Then for that, what was the prescription? Then the key activities, what are the key activities they are supposed to take? Then socioeconomic research focus, because then methods, what were the methods we have already adopted during this period of 1958 to 2000 and the levels. So let us see, during 1950s to 60s, the farmers' ignorance and our scientists also, they felt, they were thinking that the farmers, they don't have any knowledge. So their wisdom, their knowledge were not taken into account, and and farmers, the new technologies farmers were not aware. So extension education was assigned for transfer of technology by extension teaching methods, and the focus was socio-economic research, which focused diffusion, adopters and the laggards. So different type of people are there. you have already studied the adopters category. So for the different people, their requirement was different. So it was studied through questionnaire method, and the level was diffusion research. Then after some time, in 1970 to 1980s, the farm level constants were seen, and then when the scientists and the extension worker, they realized that there are some problems in the farm, so they identified this problem through observation or the survey methods, through questionnaire or schedule, for the removal of these constants. And then came the farming system research. The label was farming system research. And after some time, during 1980s, it was felt that the inappropriate technologies was the reason for non-adoption of any technology. What was that? Because the technologies were there, but the farmers were not able to adopt those technology. There are various reasons. I am going to deal this thing after some time. So farmers' participation was ignored. Farmers' participation was not taken into account, their need, their aspiration. So here it was felt that we should take the participation of farmers right from the very beginning, during the time of planning, then implementation, and then evaluation. And here the key activities of the extension worker or research worker was facilitation. Before that, we used to impose anything, but the era of this participatory research came during this time. There were so many participatory approaches were developed. So in course of time, we'll be telling you about that, and you have already studied about the participatory methods. And this PRA, participatory rural appraisal, is one of the participatory method. Here the farmer's knowledge was acknowledged, the traditional wisdom were taken into account, and through these participatory approaches. So there were not only questionnaire method, discussion, observation, then RRA, PRA. Through these methods, we used to identify the problem of the farmers. So this farmer participatory research and the came into existence, and since 1980s we are using this type of technology, not in India only, not in Jharkhand, but worldwide. This participatory approach has been used by our researchers, by our extension workers. And participatory methods are not only in extension but in research also. As you know that what type of technology they want, unless and until people give their feedback, how the scientist will evolve the new technology. So there should be the close linkage of research and extension for the technology development, technology generation and technology development. So what happened? What was the knowledge and practice gap? Let us discuss about that also. And it is estimated that about 70% of the available technologies are not adopted by the farmers. So it's very important to note that why you have to identify the reason why our farmers are not adopting our technologies. During the RAWE program, you go for participatory rural appraisal, or you visit, you try to get the reason. There are so many technologies, but why our technologies are not adopted by the farmers? A specific reason, there may be socio-economic reason, maybe it's related with the technology itself. So you need to identify so that you can contribute in the field of extension or the research. And commonly it was found that these gaps are due to inadequate and ineffective extension. because you will find that the extension agents are very less, and it's very difficult for the extension people to take the technologies to the farmers, because you will find that because of they are very small in numbers, it is very difficult to take the technologies to the farmers. But that's why nowadays we are using information technology, information communication technology. If you are using, you are taking your technologies to the farmers in short span of time. You can reach to many farmers. In this era, it's very important to take help of information communication technology, mass medias. These are the method through which we can reach to our farmers. Then inadequate input supply is also one of the reason. Inadequate input supply is important reason, and for the development of any technology or any demonstration, you need to give the input to the farmers. Unless and until you provide input to the farmers, you can't do a transfer of technology. Then credit support also. Sometimes we visit to the farmers, we suggest them that this is a very good technology. They say, ma'am, we don't have input, we don't have credit support, and the farmers of Jharkhand, they are resource poor, they don't have resources, so they need credit support. And there are so many agencies nowadays, economic agencies, they can support. So we should take help of those things. Then inadequate market infrastructure also, because inadequate infrastructure is very essential. Nowadays we are self-sufficient in food, but if we see the situation of the farmers, they are still poor, they don't have money in their pockets. Why so? Because all the benefit of this production the middleman take. Because of they are lacking market infrastructure, that's why they are not able to sell their produce, and they don't get the good price. Then farmers' lethargy or indifferences. This is also one of the reasons. Sometimes our farmers, just now I have said that the farmers, their adopters categories are many. Some are early adopters, they adopt the technology in the initial period. Some are laggards, lethargy, so they don't adopt technology. Here the role of extension worker comes. You have to motivate the farmers. Motivation is very important in extension education. You have to motivate the farmers. You should tell the farmers what is the drawback and what is the benefit of this technology. So the role of extension and research both is very important. So this is all about the knowledge and practice gap. There are many reasons we'll discuss later on. Then why technology application gap? There are reasons. I have identified few reasons for the non-adoption. One is inadequate support system. We discussed just now about extension, inadequate extension support, then credit and the input supplies. Then attitudinal constraints. As you know, what is the work of extension education? This is to bring desirable changes in human behavior, and you know the component of human behavior, that is knowledge, skill, attitude and action. So attitudinal constant is also very important. So you have to bring attitudinal change in the farmers, and this is the important work of extension education. There is innate conservatism. They are conservative. People are traditional. Then they don't want to leave their tradition. The old thing they want to carry on. Then resistance to change. This is also very important. They resist to change. they don't want to adopt the new technologies, and the sloth is also one of the reason, and then ignorance. People don't get information. Nowadays, every day there are new technologies are coming, but people they don't have idea about those things. So this is also one of the important work of extension education, to take the new information through the extension methods to the farmers, so that they can get benefit out of this. So there are increasing realization now that while causes enumerated earlier do have some relevance, and the technology lies, in fact, the low acceptance is there, because our technologies are not economically viable. As I said, that the farmers of Jharkhand, they are resource poor, they don't have money. So our technology should be economically viable. Our farmers should be able to purchase those technologies, and our technologies are not cost effective. That's why our farmers are not able to adopt those technology. Then sometimes our technologies are operationally not feasible. It should be operationally feasible. They means simple one, so that our farmers can adopt those technologies. Sometimes our technologies are not stable. This is also the demand of the time, and many technologies are changing. So you can see how the extension worker can help here. The not matching with the farmer's need. As I discussed before, that the identification of real need of the farmers is very important. Sometimes our scientists, our research system evolve technology which are not the need of the farmers. So that should be based, our technology, should be matching with the farmer's need and aspiration. Sometimes our research scientists, they develop for the sake of their discipline many, but they are not the actual need of the farmers. So there should be integration between the close contact between research and extension system, so that these problems may not come. Then sometimes our technologies are not compatible to the existing farming system of the farmers. Always while evolving our technology, our scientists should think that whether this particular technology is compatible to the existing farming situation of the farmers. So these are the reasons for why our farmers are not adopting. We should not always blame to our farmers, but it is also the part of our extension and the research scientists to identify the problem why our farmers are not able to adopt this technology. So now coming to agro-ecosystem analysis, as I have said that before, during the initial period itself, we should identify the actual need of the farmers, and which is not happening. So we need to do agro-ecosystem analysis through PRA tools. So this PRA tool is a participatory approach. Through these we can identify we can analyze the agro-ecosystem analysis. So what is that? Agro-ecosystem analysis is a system approach, the ecological thinking. It combines analysis of systems and systems properties. What are the properties of system? System properties are productivity, stability, sustainability, and equitability. So you need to know. Here during the agro-ecosystem analysis, sometimes we see only the biophysical condition, but it's not enough. You have to see the socio-economic condition also. Just now we have discussed that there are so many problems, constraints, why our people are not adopting our technology. So biophysical condition and socio-economic constraint both are important, and that we do through agro-ecosystem analysis through PRA tools. So what is the procedure for agro-ecosystem analysis? So, so it is very necessary to know everything about an agro-ecosystem analysis in order to produce a realistic and useful analysis. If you do properly this agro-ecosystem analysis, you can suggest your farmer, you can give a basket of choices to the farmers from where they can take the technology according to their existing farming situation. Then you need to understand the behavior and the important properties of system requires knowledge only a few key functional relationship. So it is also very important. Then it requires changes in only a few key management decisions for producing scientific or significant improvement in the performance of a system. Then it requires a related number of appropriate key problems, questions to be defined and answered for identification and understanding the key relationship and decision. There are many tools in PRA, Participatory Rural Appraisal, where you can see what are the linkage between these, what are the cause, what is the effect of that particular technology. So you, through PRA tools you can understand the key relationship and the decisions. Then this agro-ecosystem analysis can be done through many tools I have said before, and those are space analysis, time analysis, flow analysis and decision analysis. So agro-ecosystem analysis using PRA tools, through that we can see, we can understand the properties of agro-ecosystem, that is productivity, stability, sustainability and equitability. So what are the important features? This agro-ecosystem analysis is quicker than conventional one. In the conventional system, it was time taking and very costly business also. So this is quicker than conventional method. Then it can be applied in the field situation. Then learning from farmers, it's very important. This is participatory approach. This is you can say bottom-up approach. Here you need to learn from the farmers. Farmers' wisdom is very important. Indigenous technologies are very important in planning or the technology development, and through this you can through participatory methods, that is semi-structured approach with flexibility and innovativeness. This is the beauty of participatory methods. There is a flexibility of method you are using. You can innovate. It also gives us the self-critical analysis. So there is a scope of innovativeness. Then understand process through farmers' involvement. So this is all about the agro-ecosystem analysis. And then another analysis is space analysis. What is space analysis? To define the system's boundaries. Here we make many maps, models, transect, etc. Likewise, social mapping, resource mapping, transect work, etc. comes under space analysis. Then time analysis, to study the seasonal changes. You see variation or seasonal changes throughout the year. So in which season, what is the situation, how it is changing. So all these we can learn from this time analysis, and we are making simple graphs, crop calendars, cropping sequence, labor, credit, peak prices, variation through the this time analysis. Now the next one is flow analysis. Here we observe the patterns of flow, transformation of energy, materials, money, information, etc. And it is analyzed for finding out the major causes and effect, and also for the reason for stabilizing or destabilizing factors. You can find what is the cause of this particular problem, or what will be the effect, what is the effect of this. So problem cause analysis is also one important tool in a participatory rural appraisal. Here we can make table, matrices, bars, histograms, regression analysis, etc. Then next one is decision analysis. So here the two patterns are important. In the decision analysis, the choice made in a given agro-ecosystem, a decision tree in PRA we make. So which type of decision people are taking or women are taking, how they differ from men, like that. And the influence of decision makers to identify the critical decision makers. What are the factors which affect the decision making of an individual? So now let us see agro-ecosystem properties. This is very complex, at least in terms of dynamic consequences. It can be captured by the four systems property, which is gathered, describe an essential behavior of the agro-ecosystem according to the Conway. Conway is one of the very important scientists or contributors of this participatory method, and he says that the productivity, stability, equitability, these are the important properties of agro-ecosystem. So let us see how they are defined and how they are measured. So what is productivity? You have already studied what is productivity. Productivity is the net increment in valued product per unit of resources, land, labor, energy and capital. You know that these are very important factors of production. So it is commonly measured as an annual yield of net income per hectare or man hour or unit of energy of investment. Then next one is stability. What do you mean by this? The stability is the degree to which productivity remains constant in spite of normal small scale fluctuations in environment variables such as climate or in economic condition or market. So always stability is not there, but you should remember that that in spite of normal small scale fluctuation in environment, you have to study what are the factors affecting your agro-ecosystem. Then it is most conveniently measured by the reciprocal of coefficient of variation in the productivity. Then one important property, that is sustainability. We are talking about sustainability very often. It can be defined as the ability of a system to maintain its productivity when subject to stress or perturbation. What is stress? You should understand what is stress. The stress is here defined as a regular, sometimes continuous, relatively small and the predictable disturbance. For example, the effect of growing soil salinity or indebtedness, etc. The other important thing in sustainability we study, that is perturbation. By contrast, it is an irregular, infrequent, relatively large or the unpredictable disturbance, such as the cause by a drought or the flood or a new pest. So there is a difference between stress and perturbation. One is large one, unpredictable, that is perturbation, and stress is the regular or sometimes continuous or small or predictable disturbance. Then lack of sustainability may be indicated by the declining productivity, but equally as experience suggests, collapse may come suddenly and without warning. Then another important property is equitability. What is that? Equitability is a measure of how evenly the productivity of the agro-ecosystem is distributed among the human beneficiaries. There is no equitable system you see in the society. More evenly are the agriculture products, the food of the income or the resources shared among the population of the farms, village, region or nation. It can be represented by statistical distribution or by measures such as Gini coefficient. So this is all about the properties of agro-ecosystem. So now coming to participatory extension and basic element of relationship. So for participatory extension, you need bottom-up approach, and for the beginning, for planning itself, we should take the people's participation right from the beginning, from the planning, then implementation and then evaluation. So for doing any work, starting any projects, we need to do agro-ecosystem analysis through PRA tools. So now coming to participatory extension, here you can say the participation is very important. Participation is required from village community, village people, then extension worker. It's not only the job of the extension worker. Here the village development planning activities, then the extension resource plan conduct. So it's very important to take help of the rural people, and rural people should also help or cooperate with the extension worker. So just I want to discuss what is participation and what is community participation. So there are various ways and various type of participation. So participation here, according to Economic Commission for Latin America 1973, they says that participation is defined as a voluntary contribution of the people in one or the another of the public programs supposed to contribute to the national development, but the people are expected to take part in shaping the program, in criticizing its content. It's very old definition, but it's very important also. Here you can see that the voluntary contribution of people are required for any development, and people have to shape the program. People have to criticize the content, means they have say in implementation and planning also. Then in another way you can define this participation, that is participation includes people's involvement in decision making process, in implementing programs, their sharing in benefits of the development programs, and their involvement in efforts to evaluate such programs. So just now I have stated that people's participation is required right from the beginning, from implementation, planning and evaluation. Then community participation is an active process by which beneficiary or client group influence the direction and execution of the development project with a view to enhance their well-being in terms of income, personal growth and the self-reliance and the other things. So I think is enough for today, and you have already learned about the agro-ecosystem analysis, what are the properties of agro-ecosystem analysis, how you are going to analyze these properties, and then concept of participation, which is very important because before we are not so much developed because the participation of people was lacking, but now we need people's participation for bottom-up planning. So this is all about participatory extension. So we will be meeting again with the tools of PRA, Participatory Rural Appraisal. So thank you.